Boys, the game is littered with outstanding young talent. We've asked you to go through and pick the eyes out of some of the best young players under 22 that have played under 50 games. This is what you've come up with. Gee, Jeremiah Nene's an international. He's only played 46 games.
Yeah. Well,
he's not a star.
He'd be the top of the tree.
Ezra, not far behind.
Ezra, not far behind. And the one I love is Brendan Piacura.
I think Strange and Galvin look like they're going to play over 200 games.
Siwa Wong, hasn't he fallen off?
Yeah.
Something's happened there. He was left out of
he's
depleted
busted.
Roosters team.
Now, the raps on Isaiah Katoa are huge. I haven't seen enough of Isaiah, but the raps are huge. The Dolphins. Haven't seen enough.
I saw him as a school kid. I've watched him closely. He's not overwhelmed or overawed by anyone on a field. He gets up, he makes his tackles. I think he's got a nice kicking game. Pretty accurate and consistent.
Big body too.
His season last year, in his first NRL season, was absolutely outstanding.
Remember too, for a brand new club,
halfback in a rookie club, he was superb.
And you've got to say, without a stable 5'8" as well. Well, they must have had 3 or 4 5'8"s. Nicarima, Milford. Help me out,
They were
Matt.
hoping he was going to be the 5'8", but then O'Sullivan got injured, so he basically took over at halfback.
Well, he actually played the first game. They dropped Milford and he played.
That's right. So he's one of them. Let's go through. Well, Lachlan Galvin's back this week for the West Tigers. I think everyone that's seen him play would realise just how great a talent he is.
Mate, Taruva, seriously, what he does, he's already won. Has he won 2 grand finals now? Or was last year his first year? No, last year he got Rookie of the Year.
We interviewed Benji on Sunday out at Campbelltown. Well, I was asking him off camera about Lachlan Galvin and how he trains, what he's like. He's 6'4".
I don't think he's that tall, but he's close. He's very tall. I went up and saw...
How good a ball's that?
I saw Latu Fainu, who's playing this week. He had a boot on.
Yep.
And then Galvin, they were in the tunnel. Just went up and said hello. But no, well, it's hard to know these days. They're all big.
Well, the other one who Bullymore, Ethan Bullymore, stood next to him the other day at 4 Pines at Brookie. I thought he was like a nugget. It's over 6 foot.
Is he?
6'1", 6'2". As you said, they're all big these days.
Yeah.
Interesting to see what happens with Taruva. I understand the Dragons have offered him a 3-year contract, but it's a bit fluid in that they're sort of saying, well, we can pay you this, but maybe there's an opportunity to play fullback, under which circumstances we could pay a bit more, and seems a bit wishy-washy.
Who was
Terrell
that?
Sloan would be happy.
That was it Dugan? Fullback money?
No, he wouldn't.
Was that Josh Dugan where that all came out about?
Val wanted fullback money. They all want fullback money now. Wonder if he'll end up at the Dragons, Taruva. Big money.
Maybe. I couldn't.
There might be another one though.
Well, I couldn't imagine he'd be on huge money at Penrith, considering the stars they've got.
Well, you look at the Dragons' backline. They're all the same person. Moses Sully. They all look like they're 105 kilo.
They are a big team.
They're big. He brings a little element of difference. It's amazing what he can do for a little fella like coming out of trouble.
We just saw Lachlan Galvin. We might look at Ethan Strange here. The interesting element about Galvin and Strange, they're both young, inexperienced players, but have been thrown in and have just taken to it like they've been there forever. Like that takes some doing, doesn't it?
They're just playing.
He's tough, this young fella. Look at that. And his game's based around running game. He tackles well. He supports play. So as a young 5'8", or even a halfback, when you first start, that's pretty much what you've got to be doing. Running the ball, defending strong, support play, being enthusiastic. Have a look at the speed here. No.
Came to attention in that under-19s game.
He played centre that game.
Played centre, scored 3 tries.
Well, now we know why Ricky wasn't panicking about Jack Whiten leaving. No big names
There's
signing.
no surety, those blokes. Like you said, it's up to them not to go in and, make their presence.
Mate, how come his dad works at the Roosters and has worked there for a long time?
So his dad coaches the women's team. He's the NRLW coach. And then his sister plays for Newcastle. I think she might have come back to Roosters.
Did Ethan come through the Roosters junior system, do you know? You'd imagine. Are they Central Coast?
Central Coast.
Who's doing the best job of developing young talent at the moment?
Penrith. Brisbane.
Yeah, Brisbane. Some of the young Brisbane players that are coming through.
Mind you, they've got the 2 biggest nurseries. So whether that system needs to be looked at, but I think a long time ago when Gus sort of started that whole going out west and academies, and Brisbane have always had the most money to invest in juniors and pathways. Remember they had Katoni Stags, just stayed down.
And years gone by, not necessarily now, but any kid in Queensland wanted to be a Bronco.
You can have the nursery, but you've still got to have the system.
Yep.
You can get the players in, just
The correct coaching is so important. And I've been quite vocal over it, which is halves, which is the overcoaching of halves in junior footy. But you get the right nursery with the right coaching, the right pathways, and then...
They've got a system. They've got a thing at the NRL they called Rise, and it's run through Queensland and New South Wales, and they also have them all over Australia. And it's about teenagers, 12 to 16s. And what they do is they coach the coaches to not overcoach.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. And
Dive in for a kick.
It's a really great program. I've just getting my head around it and what we can do with it, but it's a great program, and it's that period between year 7 and year 10 where you can get overcoached, lose interest. You just got to get out there, get your basics right. This year, NRL on 9 is your one-stop shop for all footy.
That's right, Freddie. Not about the highlights, action, 7 days a week.
Billy and Gus podcast, get that on your drive on the way home. Immortal Behaviour, grab a seat on the couch for that, and of course my favourite, Freddy the Eighth.
The best footy brains, the biggest games.
Don't trust the algorithm, subscribe to NRL on 9 and get all your entertainment there.